Hello, beautifuls. Welcome to Lorien at Wellington, which this is your June reading for all water signs. So we're going to go Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and I just want to welcome you all, whether you have a sun, moon, or rising in a water sign. And thank you so much for joining me for these readings. If you like the content, I'll invite you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you get all my forecasts and all the readings that you need to inform yourself on this journey. So we're going to be using the Crystal Power, I feel it's called Crystal Power Tarot today. And like I say, we're going to be starting with Pisces first. But if you do want to skip ahead to the reading that suits you, your sun, moon, or rising, the timestamps will be down below, and all ways as to how to contact me through a reading or otherwise is in the description box too. So without further ado, let's get into Pisces. Right. Hello, beloved Pisces. I hope things are going well for you so far this year. Let's have a look and see what information is coming through for you. Alrighty. I feel like that's got some answers as to what's coming through in June. I have cleansed the cards and I did shuffle off screen beforehand. So let's have a look. Right, so you have the Knight of Wands. You have the Hierophant in reverse. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Oops, just move these slightly out of the way. And you have the Ten of Wands. Okie doke. You should soon start to see payoff for your investments very shortly. I feel as though there's going to be some confirmation in June that you're going the right direction. It also here with this particular card, you make decisions without pressure. I feel like you have to tune into yourself and be confident in the decisions that you make. Don't allow anyone to influence your decision. Make sure that you go into your self, because with the Hierophant upside down here or in reverse, it feels a little bit like your outside belief systems, maybe the conformity within certain groups could be affecting you in a more negative way. It could be that you're hitting against a wall of this kind of corporation, or there could be something that's really pushing against you. For instance, working for the man or having trouble with government bodies, stuff like that. It could be that you've had issue with that. But this, I feel, is that you are not really seeing the way forwards because there's something that is affecting you from the outside. I do feel like if this was any normal position, it says, I'm ready to love and learn. So with the Hierophant actually in reverse, it feels like you've already learned the lessons, to be honest, but there is something that is just not coming through as clear as it could do. You're just not seeing the bigger picture in a way. And I feel like this will help you to make decisions without pressure, is to listen to yourself rather than try and find the answer on the outside. Listen to your inner self, because here we have, I trust my ideas and my direction, which is really important. I feel like a lot of you Pisces have been under a lot of pressure because we have Ten of Wands here. I think a lot of care for yourself has potentially gone. I don't think that you really paid attention to yourself. It's always been the needs of others. It's always been this outside group. It may be, the core of the family. It may be the core of answering to your in-laws or answering to other people a lot of the time, like the system or the workplace or some kind of educational body, or just trying to get things sorted. It just feels as though you've had a lot of pushback against you. But for me, I see in June, you should be starting to feel more empowered, because you need to trust yourself more. You need to love and care for yourself. Otherwise, you will not be able to love and care for others. So you need to be very strong in your decision making. Sometimes it may mean that you come across a little bit as a villain, like saying, not trying to be difficult or anything, but you just want to make the best decisions for you so that it affects others in a good way as well. Because if you're running on an empty engine, you can't do anything that you need to do. You know, if there's not enough fuel in the tank, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to break down in the middle of the road. So we don't want that for you, Pisces. We need you to be very strong. We need you to be, we want you to be, really. We want you to feel like you're loved and that you take care of yourself. We want you to feel appreciated. We want you to feel very much there. And I think that within June, there could be a way for you to manifest that for yourself. Let me just do some clarifiers. What does Pisces need to know in June? Any special messages that Pisces need to know in June? Something here. Yeah, there's a fear of being left out in the cold here, or there's a fear of being left behind. And I don't feel that this is really necessary. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but there's something to do with the grounding and the earth and the home that you've got some insecurity about and some worry. You may have had this for a long time. And I do feel that it's a case of you need this home life, this harmonious place where you should feel safe and secure. You need it to feel like a sanctuary, not a source of stress, not a source of worry. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but there's something, I think, that the home in this instance could be yourself. It could be your inner body, your mind, your soul. If the house is not feeling harmonious, then it will affect everything else. So let me just get another card for you just to clarify the other areas. What else does Pisces need to know for June? Okay, yeah, 9 of Wands. You are coming up to a place where you will feel like the battle is almost won, but you're exhausted. And I feel like the main message of June, we are in Mercury retrograde, but the main message of June is relax if you can. If you are Pisces rising, let me just see if I get this right, because sometimes my kind of system, my inner system is a little bit off. But I feel like this would be in your 4th house. So Mercury retrograde will be in your 4th house if you're Pisces rising, which is to do with your home, your roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundations. This can apply to your home, but it could also be you. You are your home first. You live in your body 100% of the time, you know? So this is your home. Your physical self is your home. Your mind is your home. And you need to make sure that this is being taken care of before you can possibly even think of doing anything else. Now, a lot of this is very hard for people to hear because it's almost like, I don't want to do all this kind of stuff. I just want to go out and do what I need to do, and, you know, hell with being, you know, quiet. I've got stuff to do. I can't take time off. But it's not necessarily taking like a whole month of June off to yourself, although that might be ideal. It's just a case of making sure that there's times where you feel like you can just relax into the state of being and relax into sort of getting back to yourself, getting back, reclaiming an essence of yourself. And then we have 7th of Wands. I just wanted to bring up a clarifier. So it may feel like at some points in June, if you feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall, if you feel like you're talking to people who don't want to know, who are not listening, persevere. But most of all, they're saying to persevere with yourself. You are protected, you are loved, you are appreciated. If you can't see that, it's not saying that it's not there. I feel like a lot of you, this is the last push before her final hurrah. There's something that's the final push. They're just saying, just keep going, because the 10 is completion, but the 9 is saying that you're almost there. So you have almost a completion. I think maybe after Mercury retrograde, you'll start seeing this coming to fruition a little bit more, because I do feel this is very important. Mostly for you Pisces, though, I do feel that you should be, I know it seems a little bit heavy, but I honestly believe that whatever you have been pushing up against, and you will continue to push up a little bit against in June, it is coming to fruition now, but you just need to believe in the power of you. You need to cut out outside influences that don't serve you, and also pay attention to yourself. Make sure that the home, the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body is feeling good. Check in with it if you're not sure. But ultimately, I do see that this is going to be kind of the last push before you break through something in a good way, not a bad way, but in a good way. So that's it for you, my Pisces. Do let me know in the comments below what you're expecting from June. And again, if you'd like to contact me for anything, it's all down below in the description box. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other. And I'm now going to go on to the Cancerians. Alright, my lovely Cancerians, let's see what's coming up for you in June. Happy birthday to those of you who are born in June. Many happy returns. So let's see what's coming up for Cancerians in June 2021. Any information that Cancerians need to know? Okay. Ooh, sorry, I flipped that wrong way around. Okay, so Temperance. Ooh, nice. Okay, and then we have the High Priestess. Wow, okay. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Just move these along. You have a really nice, flowing, typical Cancerian energy here. This is really nice. Okay, so as I say, this is also for Cancerian Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Yep. To be honest, I feel like this is a very calm energy. The Mercury retrograde will be affecting you. If you're Cancerian rising, this will be in your 12th house, which is healing, closure, kind of spirituality, what's hidden, limiting beliefs, subconscious endings. So you're kind of rounding something out, I feel, this month. And especially if you're going into a solar return, even an energetic return, if you're Cancerian rising especially, it is kind of an ending coming through here. It feels a lot like there's just something that you're kind of sweeping away or letting it flow away. You're sick of pushing against something, so you're just going to kind of let it go. Not to quote the Disney song, but it is. I do feel like a lot of you are coming to terms with something. This sort of like an acceptance. It could be an idea, it could be something that you've been struggling to kind of grapple with for the last few years even, but it does feel as though you're finally having some kind of clarity, you're finally having some understanding of yourself, a feeling of wanting to kind of expand your horizons. It's something that you're kind of feeling, okay, I'm going to calm now, I'm going to understand what it is that's, bringing me to a sense of peace. I feel here is kind of like not accepting what is given to you just on face value. It's like, okay, you could say, for instance, thank you, I recognize, I acknowledge, this is something that I have been given, but I, let it pass. There's something that feels like you're allowing it to move away, because this is a rejuvenating energy. This is you staying calm. This is you understanding your inner truth. This is you understanding what it is you deserve, not just financial security as this card says, but it's something that is energetical. It's like, I deserve a higher harmony, a higher vibration. And it's to raise your energy to that higher vibration, because I am as young as I choose to feel. It is that kind of curmudgeon-y thing that is like, oh, you have some elderly people who just want to be grouchy, and then you have some elderly people who refuse to use that vibrancy of youth. And I feel like you're kind of coming to an understanding that your energy is a conscious decision as much as it is a physical reaction to things. So it could be that you're very tired all the time or something, but if you just kind of switch your mind a little bit to, okay, that's fine, but I'm not going to let it hamper me. It's just a tiniest little switch that you can control. Just to say, you know what? No, I'm not accepting that I'm down today. No, it's just that feeling of switching. I don't know why they're telling me this, because sometimes it can be very difficult to do that, even though it is simple. But I just get the impression that for a lot of my dear Cancerians, you are coming to an understanding about what inner power you hold and what makes you you and makes you powerful. You're very healing, you're very empathic. I do feel that you take on a lot of other people's emotions, which makes it difficult to understand your and interpret your own. But I just get the impression that there's something that you're letting go, there's something that you're letting wash over you, not bother you anymore, and just kind of releasing that. And I think that's very good. It's something, maybe it's like, I forgive this person. Maybe it's okay, I kind of accept that something's happened, but I'm not letting it define me. It's something that you kind of, all right, I acknowledge you, now let's move on. It's that feeling of getting over something. You're dealing with it, you're being calm about the situation, you're guiding yourself to the truth of the situation. And I think here it's kind of manifesting the resources. It's not just financial security to me. This is resource. This is the, like, Pentacles are very much about having the physical things that you need, like a job or money or health or something, the houses that you need to live in. So there's something here that just feels like you're manifesting the resources you need to get to a desired outcome. You're manifesting the energy you need, the mentality you need to get to a desired outcome. So this is actually in June, very much entwined with your 12th house of getting something away from your life energetically, getting over it, putting a lid on it, going, okay, I'm done with that energy now. I don't deserve to feel that way anymore. I deserve this. I deserve this security. I deserve this. And I do feel that your energy will lift because of that, and your attitude will change because of that. And it feels very calm. It doesn't feel like a huge shift. It just feels like very, all right, so now I've dealt with that, or now I know what it is, or now I know how to deal with it. I can move on and I can deal with it, and I can do this, and I can, put it to the back of my mind, or, even better, get rid of it. It no longer lives in my mind. It's actually going to improve. So let's just say some clarification here for my beautiful Cancerians. What's going on? What else do we need to know for June? Six of Swords, yeah, you've kind of paid your dues here. This is a rite of passage. You're transitioning, you're growing. This is something that you can now move on to the next stage. Interestingly enough, he's got similar leaves here. I don't know whether you can see, but he's got a little leaf there and a little leaf there. So there could be something, I don't know, that maybe started off last autumn, or maybe something, it's just kind of like you're going into the next phase. This is a transitional time. This is very much somewhere that you feel like you're moving into the next stage, and you have the moon here, which is definitely going to affect you because you are ruled by the moon. So maybe check on the eclipse season, see how it's going to affect you personally, because we are getting very big shifts in energy, very strong changes. So that could be something that's going to affect you much more in the next few months, 3 to 6 months, not just this month, but this energy is calm. The eclipse energy may grow and build. So the next one is Five of Cups. Yeah, it's always going to be a case of, oh, like a phase ending, or maybe a little bit of, how to put it, like a little bit of regret as to how maybe things happened, or maybe how things were handled. But it's a case of, you've still got a party going on here. You can't, regret too much. You can't look back too much. You can't, maybe I shoulda, coulda, woulda, dulda. You can't do that. Look mostly at what you have going on for you rather than what went wrong. And I do, Magician, and I do feel here that this is very strong. You are very much in control of the elements of yourself. I feel like this is your concentration of power here. This is very much a strong connection to yourself. This is something that you are developing constantly. I see you have a lot of power. Maybe you haven't actually been able to access that quite lately. So this is a restoration. I don't know why I said it like that, but this is a restoration. This is you restoring your energy, making sure that you continue to refill your cup. and then you can spark off your spiritual connection. You know what you deserve, you know the security that you need, you can focus on that, and then the energy will shift and you may start to feel much better than you have done. And I do feel that this is all in line with the Magician as well, because it's kind of saying, look, as soon as you shift, you'll be cleansed, you'll be energized, revitalized, and you can actually utilize the power that you have in order to progress forwards. I think that's all that they want to say for Cancerians today. But let me know in the comments below how things are going for you. And obviously, if you want to contact me, all the information is down below too. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves. And I'm now going to move on to Scorpio. Hello, my lovely fellow Scorpios. Welcome to your reading. So let's have a look and see what's coming up for you. This again is Sun, Moon, Rising. Whoop. Already two seem to want to come through. Let me just see. I feel like these are a message out the back because I was shuffling in between Cancerians and yourself, but I'm just going to put them to one side because I feel like they're additional cards. So let's just see. Let's just see what's going on for us. I am a Scorpio Sun, so this is for... Hello? Where did you get there? This is for Sun, Moon, Rising. So let's have a look. Come on, Scorpio. What information would you like to give for Scorpios on this June 2021? For some reason I wanted to say 2017. So maybe something was going on in 2017 that you were still working on. Something 2017. Interesting. Okay. Are you ready for Scorpio? No? Another few shuffles. Scorpio 2021. Scorpio 2021. Yeah, now you want to. Okay. We have Two of Cups. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Have the Tower. And we have the Four of Swords. Okay. I think we had the Tower before. Or there was a Tower on one of the picker cards. And I picked the one with the picker card. Which was lovely. Right, so let's have a see. Put them over there. Okay. If I'm quiet, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get the images sorted that they're sending me. Alright. So when these two first came through, it was kind of like a big splash message. This is kind of saying, look, you need to put in the effort, I mean, I love Nine of Pentacles, it's my favourite card, but you need to put in the effort, putting the understanding to yourself. You have possibly been questioning lately what it is you want to do with your life, because something just doesn't feel right. Something within your life just does not feel like it's adding up the way you want it to be. You're not getting as much satisfaction in some area, and something's been niggling you because you're quite psychic, you know. There's something that's been niggling you, and I feel that you need to trust your intuition a little bit more. That's a message that's come through for all the water signs so far. But I just feel like this is, and also the need to nurture. If you're feeling like there's something wrong or there's something that isn't adding up, if there's something that you feel just out of reach, I feel like a lot of you are stressed as well. It doesn't mean that you have to keep rushing headfirst into whatever it is that you're feeling. What you need to do, if you can, is take a step back, go, right, maybe journal. I'm seeing you writing a lot. So maybe journaling is going to open up a solution to you. But there is a choice as to what you want to do or what you can do. It's just a case of aligning yourself with which energy you feel more attuned to. I feel like a lot of you do switch quite a bit. So some of you maybe started something in 2017 that now, like 5 years down the road, you're going, I'm bored of this now. I can't be doing with this anymore. So you may actually be returning to something that you were really good at a few years ago before you switched again, but you weren't quite ready to do it, if that makes sense. So now you're going back to resume something that feels like it's going to give you more of what you're seeking here. Now, for me, for my example, it would be that I don't know, maybe was doing a lot of tarot readings on a particular website, didn't really want to do it anymore, switched to something else like a proper job, and then it's not really feeding my expectations anymore. It's not really feeling like I want to do this. It's draining too much energy, it's causing too much frustration. So going back to doing something that you weren't ready for, it was maybe too much energy, now you feel ready for it. And I feel like here it's kind of saying to me, at least, I am able to accept this. I am worthy of this change, because yeah, the deepest kind of love, I think, first should come to yourself, from you to you. And this is a kind of an internal validation. The way that you feel contentment and security is not from external forces. The power that comes when you go, I feel like I've done a really good job. And you don't need anyone to tell you that. And you don't need anyone to tell you how powerful you are. You don't need anyone to tell you that. And you feel, I've done a good job here. I'm really happy. I know that I'm good at this. That is when you're at your most powerful. And I feel like this is kind of what's saying, I welcome this. I welcome this change. I welcome this new love for myself, for my career, for the areas that I want to put myself into. It may be that you've wanted to go into a new career entirely, but it feels like there's something new coming in. It may be that you want to change place that you're living. I see a lot of you being like, I'm done with where I am now. I've outgrown this place. I want to move on. I feel like this is it. And it could be that this decision, I surrender and know how to go forward. It could be that you're going, okay, yeah. And actually accepting the fact that you need to change it and you want to go forwards is something that you just need to look at and not analyze, but consider and really mull it over. Use that intuition, that Scorpio knowing that you have. But in the meantime as well, you need to take the time in order to rediscover this power and actually to know the best way to go forward, because this is going to take some transitioning, this is going to take some effort and energy. So you just try and energize yourself as much as you can. Take the time that you need to go forwards on this. So let's have a look. What else do you want to tell Scorpio? What else does Scorpio need to know? Right, so I feel like you wanted to come through, you want to come through, and you. So you have 9 of Swords. Yeah, there's something that's been niggling at you, something that's been giving you some anxiety and despair, or, and the thing is, you have all this knowledge, maybe you don't know what to do with all this knowledge. You're like, what do I do with all this information? Because too much information can sometimes literally overwhelm somebody. But there is a new dawn coming. Things look different in the light of day. Things look different when you're actually awake and looking at things, rather than keeping yourself awake all night worrying. So there's something that's going to come and change, I feel, for you in June. Then we have the moon. Yeah, there's something that you're not quite seeing clearly. There's something that is kind of like maybe an illusion or fear or mismanagement of something here. You're letting your imagination run away from you, paying attention to the wrong thing, because the actual interesting thing is happening behind you. There's something that you, I think, letting fantasy, because that's more comfortable and it's safer, settle a little bit more than actually putting in the work to do something, which can be hard if you're very tired, but it's just something that they're saying, look, there's something tangible you can do here, especially if you surrender to what the universe is trying to tell you and just go, okay, I follow your lead, okay? Because they're doing what I think that you want to manifest, but it may require some adjustments. And then we have the Hermit. You may need to go, especially here, Four of Swords, inside. Go inwards, introspection. I think you are too overwhelmed. So if you can try and find a place where you feel very comfortable and, you know, a place where you can be kind of calm and relaxed, if at all possible. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but I do feel like a lot of you will achieve better things if you're able to sort of, how to put it, twist into the energy that is actually coming towards you. And I say twist because it's better than unravel. And just kind of go, okay, just lean into it a little bit more. Because I think Gemini Mercury retrograde is in your 8th house. This is for Scorpio risings. So this would be the kind of other people's money. Maybe you're wondering like where to put your assets, maybe something to do with dealing with other people's money, collaborating with somebody. It can also be intimacy and taboo subjects and goals that you have, the mystery of yourself. This is your ruled house. You rule the 8th. So this could be, you know, you're trying to review what it is that makes you tick. And also look where your Mercury is, because that will be affected too. So for instance, if you have Mercury in the 2nd and Mercury's actually going retrograde now in the 8th, there could be something to do with your money and how you merge it with somebody else's, how you value your goals, how you value your intimacy. You know, there could be something like that for you. But in the meantime, my lovely Scorpios, let me know how things go for you in the comments. If you want to reach out to me, everything is in the description box as to how to do that. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.